Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I am going to do question number 4 from the June 2024 Algebra 1 Regents exam. All right, I did this video earlier, but then when I looked at it, I decided I wanted to remake it, and I'm going to make two videos. So um, basically, this question, about 48% of my students got this right. It should be much higher. We should have had 80 to 90% of my students should get it. But what I'm seeing is that I need to give more options and I need to show students how to use them, right? So what I have listed on the screen is here are the two techniques that you should be able to use for questions like this. Whenever you see an expression and they ask for equivalence, you should be able to say, oh, you can either store a number for X and, or you can graph these as functions to see which ones are equivalent. Now, the video that I did prior, I split it up and I did part of it as a store and I did part of it as a graph. And what I decided is I think it's better just to do it both ways completely so that students understand how to do this because this is a very powerful technique. So I decided I'm going to do two videos and I'm going to show you both ways. So now let me jump into this. Now, this is a multiple choice section, and anytime you're in the multiple choice section, you should be looking for opportunities to store to find answers or to check your algebra for the more traditionalists. So they give us this expression and they want to know which one of these is equivalent. So they want you to actually do algebra and then find your answer here. But what I'm saying is that anytime you have to do algebra, a way to check to make sure your algebra is correct is basically storing a number. Now, so I'm going to show you the store and I'm going to show you how to graph. That's going to be my other video. So let me jump into this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to store a number. And so let me grab my calculator. I'm going to go here and I'm going to store a number into X. And this is how you store it. You always start with the number. Now, when I'm trying to check, I never use an integer. I like to use decimals. So I'm going to use $1.25. That's my go-to number. So I'm going to take that number and I'm going to store it using control and then the store key. And when I do that, it activates that store right above it. And then I'm going to store that into the letter X. Now, once that's done, I'm ready to find out what the answer is. So what you're going to do is you're going to enter the expression exactly as you see it. Don't change anything. If it has parentheses, put the parentheses. If it has stacked fractions, use stacked fractions. Don't change anything. Make your calculator look exactly like the test as much as possible. So it's going to be a -2 parentheses x squared. And then we got minus 2x minus 2x plus 1 plus 1. All right, so, and then I close the parentheses, and then I have plus, and then I have parentheses again, 3x squared plus 3x minus 5. Now, I put a q in there, so I got to fix that because that is not what I wanted. So that should be an X. Again, make your calculator look just like the exam. And then I press enter. And I get this number. It's $3 and about 31 cents. We don't care what the number is exactly, but whatever our answer is, it should be exactly the same because they are equivalent. So if the number doesn't work, doesn't match this, then it can't be equivalent. It's not the answer. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each one of the choices until I find the one that matches. So this is going to be x squared plus x minus 4. And then I press enter. That doesn't match. So that's not the answer. So I would go to my answer and I would cross that out. Boom, done. Now go back. The next one. I'm going to copy this. Boom, copy. And then guess what I'm going to do? I am going to press enter. And now I can edit this. So I'm going to go over here. And let's see. I'm going to change that to a minus x. Delete. And then I'll make that a minus. And then I'm just going to make this 7. Then I press enter. Boom, that doesn't match. So I go back here, cross it out. All right, go back. I'm looking for the one that matches because they have to be equivalent. And then I'm just going to do x squared plus 7x minus 4. Boom. Doesn't match. So the last answer has to be the answer, but don't assume it. Check it. This is a 3-hour exam, so you have more than enough time to check it and double check it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the 4 and I'm going to put in a 7. And then I press enter and it matches. You can see these two are identical. $3.31.25, $3.31.25. Now, if that answer had come up here in my second choice, I'm stopping as soon as it matches, because I'm using decimals, right? As soon as I see the decimals match, if the number matches, I stop. I don't even bother to check the other ones. Now, some teachers will say, well, mathematically, you should check the other ones. But what I'm saying is if you use a random number like $1.26 or $1.25, and the outputs happen to match, you can pretty much take that to the bank. So now, so again, anytime you see equivalence in the answer in the multiple choice section, you should be going, oh, I can store this. Now, I'm going to show you, my next video is going to show you, you can do the same process by just graphing. And so, but I'm going to end this and post it. And then I'm going to make the second video where I'm going to do this by graphing this as a function. All right. So I'm going to end this and post.